I have no idea how big it's going to go. I mean, realistically, I would say probably between 1 to 2,000 informational pages in the directory area, maybe even more. I haven't looked at the list in a while because, like I said, I literally give my writers a spreadsheet and they pick from there and they just write and write and write. So I think around 1 to 2,000 informational pages and probably informational blog posts. I think we could probably get somewhere between 500 to 1,000 there. So yeah, so total size, it'll be a really big site once it's officially done. When I started, I started it, and I think that we just launched with 10 articles, I think is what I did, because, I'm not trying to, necessarily, I wasn't even worried about monetization at all until I hit 10,000 page views a month. That was the number. I said, I will not monetize until I hit that. And I think that's just important in the beginning to get people to come to the site, enjoy it, look around, you get your time on site up, all that stuff. I don't know that that's necessary for every site or anything, but that was the number that I did because I already have revenue from other sites and things. So I'm not, really panicking over that. So yeah, so I started around there and then I monetized it around 10,000. But yeah, I don't know exactly how big it's going to go, but I think we started with around 10 blog posts or 10 total pages. I shouldn't say blog posts. I think it was 10 total pages in the beginning.
Okay. And then it's a big range, of course, but
yeah.
How are you going to gauge like, hey, I'm going to publish more? How are you going to make the decision to keep going bigger or to start limiting it?
Start scaling back. So my biggest thing when I started out, to give you an idea of the content that we were creating, it started out as 8 directory type pages every single week. So that's, just to be clear, that's templated really well. So I basically wrote the first 2 myself. I templated it like crazy and said, okay, this is where this section goes. This is where this section goes. So anybody who's doing it, I can get any writer because all they have to do is do the research, find out the information that quote unquote plugs into that section, and then write that section. So I really, really believe in templates for these things. But I started with that, and over time, it's just kind of, that's been the easiest thing, is just to have those templates there and people write from those. But in general, like when to know to, step on the gas pedal or step on the brake, it's mostly been, let's set cruise control for about a year. Because I always tell myself if I'm going to start a website, I have to take a whole year. I tell anybody that's like a student of mine, anything like that, like give it a year. If you don't give it a year, you're not doing yourself justice. So I gave myself a full year, and last month was a year, and it started to actually show some pretty significant growth that month. So that kind of gives you a timeline. Like I was seeing a little bit of money in month 8, which I think was kind of quick. It wasn't a crazy amount of money, but it was kind of quick. And then at a year is basically where I really started to see the growth. So we actually just put our foot on the gas pedal because I saw, hey, we're increasing the amount of content now because basically it's doing well. So right now I have 12 pages, like reference pages being created. And I'm trying to think, we were doing 1 blog post a week. Now it's going to be 3 blog posts a week. So that's what we're doing. And then in terms of like, when do we slow down? If a website is profitable or giving me money, I don't slow down until I literally run out of ideas. I just don't believe in that. And right now, this website isn't, every month, it's in the hole probably, around $800-900, but that's better than the $1,200 it was before. And I don't usually stop until, like I said, I run out of ideas, because I know the more content you put out and the more it ranks, the more money you're going to get. I mean, it's just a simple math, right there. Like it's just the trend that it follows. So yeah, I'm hoping, it'd be nice eventually when I'm actually paying for all the content with this website every single month. I've pretty much reached a limitation. My writer that I have currently, I've pretty much reached a limitation on her time with how much more she can write. I could hire another writer, but I'm kind of like, that's the thing. This website, I spent around $15,000, but it hasn't felt like that because I've been investing every single month. For a year, I've invested a little bit more than $1,000 a month. So it doesn't feel like I invest, I'm not taking 15 grand and throwing it in and like ordering articles. I'm not doing that approach. I'm doing it consistent, and slow. So
in each month, you've seen a little more growth. You've seen a little bit more traffic than the previous month. So like you're getting good feedback, so you're confident to continue investing.
Yeah. As long as my traffic is the same or growing, I'll keep pushing on it. If I saw 2 or 3 months of decline, or 2 or 3 months of a website being completely stagnant, I would probably at that point look into link building or possibly changing my content strategy. But in this particular instance, that just hasn't happened yet. And Google is continually rewarding the website, continually sending more traffic. Like almost every single day. So I'm seeing that trend, and don't fix it if it's not broke. So I'm just kind of like, all right, let's just create more because apparently I'm doing something right.